Alright, so welcome back. Hoping you're having a fabulous day here today. Hopefully everything's been pretty fun. And yes, you see the title. I want to talk about this here today because it has been the time. You've waited a year and your gacha did not make a return. So I think that either they vaulted it or they just plan to save it for like a very dead update. And they're like, oh, guess what? We're going to bring your gacha back because there's nothing else to do in the update. I don't know what it is, but with the recent change that happened to gold farming entirely, that's probably the reason they changed it. And they're like, you know what? At any point during this time, a 2-week period of when Gear Gacha returns, you can farm an insane amount of gems that it's dangerous. I don't know if that's what it is. I genuinely don't get why they did like go and vault it. But again, the change made sense in why they did it. So today, I wanted to talk about like what now? Is it still a reason people are going to like 1 billion gold? Is that still a purpose? Or just say the stamina pots, get your gold for what you need to level up? What like is the plan now? I want to talk about that here today because a lot of people ask me, should I go for 1 billion gold? Should I just sit here and say, you know what, I'll go for regular gold? Up to you. Today, I'll give you my 10 cents and what I would do. So, let's talk about it. First thing, again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're like, yo, what the hell is this gear gacha? Equipment draw. This is on rate up usually when it's a festival time and it's like a really high festival, right? So, basically, it usually was a 6-month thing. Every 6 months you get it. They stopped that. Just like costume sale was a 6-month thing, they now have made it a yearly thing. So one time a year, you get a costume sale, and you were supposed to get this. This did not go on rate up. Now, I don't know if they're going to do it for Ragnarok. I don't know if they're going to do it for like the February festival. But this is like the most hyped festival of the year, and we didn't get it. So like, the hell? If they want to delay it, they say, oh, you know what, we want more time between getting it, or they're giving you more time to earn 1 billion gold. Who knows? Maybe they're being nice here, and that is their reason doing it, or their reasoning for it. But it should have dropped in this festival. Now that it didn't, who knows? And now I'm going to give you the entire thing. Like, oh, if it doesn't release, now what do you do? So the first thing, obviously, yeah, this is 8%. This is beautiful. When this is on 8%, it's beautiful. People have been asking me, like, if I have 1 billion gold now and I gotta start burning it, do I just jump in at the 4% rate? You can, or if you're on like that copium that you think is gonna return, just keep waiting, all right? And if you're like reaching that maximum constantly, just go craft a relic, go do something that will burn your gold a little bit. Again, there's things in the game that obviously you'll spend gold on. It's just that's how it is. So it's not like you're gonna always be 1 billion. Relics have to be crafted unless you're like a whale. You've crafted every single relic. You spend that much time, not a whale, but like you spend that much time doing it. Then there's that. If you've already maximized every gear set, then you have to be like, you know, you've played a lot or something. There are things that you can still use gold on. So if you're just constantly like, just stop farming, right? Get 1 billion or get close to 1 billion, start spending from there. You don't have to farm, and if the event ever releases, then boom, you hit the gear gacha with it. But who knows when it releases, right? So again, the main thing that I would do, and we don't know when it's going to release, and bare minimum, I don't think it's going to drop with a Ragnarok festival or Ragnarok update, which is this one. I don't think it will. So what you can do, and like the most probably beneficial thing you can do for your account also, is just farm affection, right? So go into the stage overnight and don't even run. People are like asking for efficient teams. Screw the efficient teams. Just get affection, okay? You'll farm gold slowly. It's going to be the case. Put on like Estarossa, someone that you probably need affection for, because there's 4 Estarosas, 3 Estarosas in the game that I don't think you use often, right, in PvP or PvE, right? So that's one thing. Use like Deldry. Use characters that you can farm affection for. Hauser, if you don't use that already for your teams. Get that. You can farm gold like that and just have fun with it. And then later on, you'll, after a while, very long time, if Gear Gacha does return, boom, you use that. If it doesn't return, you just go and hit up other areas in the game. You go and craft relics, which is 5 million gold per, which is a freaking lot, okay? It's going to be a lot. And as Skull and Hottie gets more relics, that's going to be more things you have to craft. So keep that in mind. If this dragon or whatever that does come out with the newest update, if there is a demonic beast, realize that there's more gold that has to go in some things there. Costume enhancements, all of that is still gold reliant. So there are things that you'll still spend gold on. It's not like you just stop farming gold entirely. You'll still need to, right? So the thing is just, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if there's going to be Gear Gacha, which creates that entire thing of, oh, should I actually farm like with the most efficient team possible and the fastest team possible? I would say if you haven't already finished your affection, farm your affection, all right? Use units that require it. Like, again, as mentioned, those that I just listed. If you have Merlin, the new one, you can run that now from this festival. And there's like 50 Merlins in the game, which it'll get you a lot of affection. That's one. Meliodas, obviously, there's 50 Meliodases. If you don't run Meliodas already, go and run them. Escanor, all these characters will help you. But again, you can still farm for efficiency. Go for the most gold possible. Farm with a full AoE team, and you'll basically destroy. Run Unknown team, run a melee variant, run Escanor on there. He's perfectly fine too because it's death damage. So doesn't really matter. Do what you want there. But it boils down to what you want to do with Gear Gacha. I would say just if you think this is still a thing, don't go and burn everything in Gear Gacha. Don't do that just yet. I would say wait, maybe see if they do it in an upcoming festival or whatever. Let's say in Ragnarok they don't do it. That means in 4 weeks or 5 weeks, you still can't get it, right? It only drops during a festival time or a hype thing. So I doubt Ragnarok will even have it, but it could. Who knows? Maybe they're just trying to delay it a little bit to give you a chance to farm gold. But with the newest change that made gold so abundant and so easy to obtain, that's, I'm guessing, why they said, you know what? Yeah, I think we gotta backtrack. Because with this, right, this is actually a great event. And I'll show it to you, right? So people don't believe me, right? I talked about this like last year, and people were like saying I'm a liar. So after all of my farming last year, I don't know how much gold I spent, but me and Jazzy both, like, we went ham. We went crazy on the Gear Gacha. And because of what we did last year and when we had it, we had so many stones. We still have so many stones. Look at this. Yes. So now it's obviously less because we've been using so much recently. For the collaboration, it took out everything from us. We had to UR so many gear sets. Griamore dented me too on this account. I UR his gear set. Massive L. But look at it. 327 we still have left here. 666. There's so many freaking... wow, that number. Well done. There's so many stones here. My account also has a bunch that we've just been saving up. But it's because of Gear Gacha that we had that many. And I know it's a small number now. We were at like 800 here. We were at like 1,900 here. This had like 2,600. It was nuts. The amount that we had was just, it's such a good event. Anvils, hammers, all that's also there. So it's just, remember, theoretically, if I divide that by 15, that's how many gems I can get, right? Think about that now. Because it's 15 gems to level up a gear to 5-star. That's why these events are so freaking good. It's just, it's free gems, and it's so many, right? And you can just stockpile it. So like on a rainy day when you need to go and, you know, pity a banner, you can potentially just go and level up all your gear that you were waiting on, and boom, you have enough to get that character. I don't know. It's good. So the event itself is just immaculate. It always was, but I don't know if it's coming back, and I think that, you know, it's fine right now. I would say, again, people are like panicking and like commenting like, oh, I'm gonna just go and hit it like at 4% and just screw it. It's fine. Doesn't matter. If you want to wait, hey, wait, right? There's so much other stuff in the game to use your gold on. But if you're in like that dire need to spend gold because you're at a cap and you can't do anything else, then you're more than welcome just to hit the Gear Gacha at 4%. But at 8%, it is so much better. So realize that now. But again, if you are at a cap, you're like, listen, I'll just do it. Doesn't really matter to me. Have fun. I'm not going to stop you. It's not bad. 4% is still there. And again, I also have like a bunch of amber keys over here. So remember, I have 1,328 amber keys. It's a bunch of rotations. So I can go and do it that way also. Always do your daily free, whatever, but just, that's what it is. Really, it does suck that this event hasn't returned. But hey, maybe they're just waiting and they're going to do it like randomly and say, oh, boom, here's Gear Gacha back. Congrats or something. But I don't know. You know, it feels so bad without Gear Gacha. I've been waiting. But yeah, so I have 380 million here, and I have a bunch of gold boxes on the account. So when it does return, I'll be ready for it. Like as soon as JP announces it, I have 5 days to basically amass that much gold, which usually you do about 100 million a day because it used to be like 200 million in the weekends. So I'll get 500 million by then whenever it gets announced. But I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna farm it efficiently. I'm just gonna farm it for affection. Finish off the affection on both the my account and Jazzy's account. That's just my plan, but I'll get that done, and then afterwards, I'll just craft relics. Mainly, I gotta finish up my relics, so that's like 5 million gold per relic. I'll finish up some gear sets. It doesn't really matter to me, but I won't just yet affect or touch the Gear Gacha. I'll wait a little bit more. So up to you. You can do that too, or just, you know, say screw it, go all in right now and waste the gold. Up to you. Not waste the gold, but spend the gold, right? So that's there. Fully up to you. You decide, but yeah. Catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe. That's been from me. Peace out, enjoy, and I will see you later. Yeah.